Now at 6, explosions and evacuations in Akron as heavy smoke and flames fill the sky. Let's take a live look as crews battle a massive hazmat fire at a manufacturing building belonging to Koki Laboratories on Rosemary Avenue. That's on the city's southeast side. Within the past hour, officials say they're working to contain several chemicals exploding inside of the building.
And because of that, right now, there's an evacuation area half a mile from that scene. You can see it on your map there in front of you. The city has opened 3 reunification centers and are providing buses for anyone who's been displaced due to the evacuation order. No timetable as to how long that lasts.
And we have team coverage for you this evening. Koki has been on the scene all afternoon and has live reaction. But let's begin with Bryant McCrae, who was at the city's press conference this afternoon. Bryant, good evening. What's the latest?
Yeah, good evening, Russ and Christy. It's been a long day for fire crews here in Akron as they're battling what they're calling a chemical explosion. Now, I want you all to stay with this live shot just for a little bit. I want you all to see Akron PD blocking off the street here near Triplet and Arlington. And if you pan up just a little bit, you can see some thick black smoke billowing into the air. Now I want to take you all live to that scene over there at Koki Laboratories. Now officials say the call for help came in at 1 p.m. for heavy smoke and strong flames. Then around 3 p.m. they heard a small explosion letting them know they had to keep people back from the area. And that's when they began their evacuation. The laboratory is reporting there were highly flammable chemicals released into the air from this explosion. Those chemicals are propane, methanol, and xylazine. Right now, authorities are not concerned about air quality. Officials say the structural integrity of that building is at risk.
Residents don't have to worry so much about the smoke right now unless they have underlying health conditions.
What do residents have to worry about right now?
Being safe, making sure they get to those reunification points like Mayor and Lieutenant Murphy mentioned, and staying away from where we've evacuated with a perimeter of about a half mile.
Why is that so important?
Because of the explosion and the fire. We want to make sure, like I said, there's structural integrity concerns at the building.
Now, Russ and Christie, officials have not determined a cause for this explosion, and again, no injuries are reported at this moment. Now, let's go live to Koki. Koki, what are you seeing over there at the explosion site?
Well, Brian, in the last half hour, the amount of smoke billowing out of the plant has clearly lessened, and it's clearly less dark than it has been in the hours prior. And also, that constant loud popping sound we were hearing coming from the plant has also stopped. Now, Akron Fire Chief Leon Henderson says that over 50 firefighters are at this scene today. We watched as they evacuated all the nearby apartment complexes and created a half-mile safety perimeter. He made the perimeter that wide out of fear that if the propane tanks in the plant got touched by the fire, it would cause a huge explosion, possibly a half mile in radius. Now here's him explaining how the fire started.
So there was an initial fire in the plant. They were doing a transport of some chemicals, and whatever happened inside at that time, that's what caught fire. And then there was the ripple effect where it basically caught the other chemicals on fire. So we are in a defensive posture. We basically sent out reverse alerts to evacuate a half mile from this perimeter, because when that explodes, there's chemicals that are in there and propane tanks that are in there that will explode.
Now, for the last couple of hours, all firefighters were keeping their distance from the plant for their personal safety. But in the last half hour or so, about the same time, when the smoke started to lessen and lighten up, we saw some firefighters driving closer to the plant and approaching the building. Now, Chief Henderson tells us that he doesn't know how long it will take to put out this fire, but one thing that he is thankful for today is that no plant workers or firefighters were injured in this scene today.
Yeah, the situation does obviously look a lot better right now, but we know that we're on a timetable where we just do not know when they're going to clear that scene. Koki, thank you so much for all of your help today.